Jailer Rock, percent off collector, and we are here on a Transformers Friday. That's right, we're switching to Fridays now for Transformers, and we have a really good one to start off our new Friday edition of Transformers, and that is the Transformer Generations Legacy Evolution. Wow. Legacy Evolution Nova Prime. I think I can say that, right? Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Nova Prime. There we go. I'm gonna leave it in there because you gotta see I ain't perfect. I screw up. So this thing is awesome. Normally I've seen this figure go for like literally like 70-80 bucks. I got super lucky. I was able to get this. It was on sale for like $38. I think you can still find it for like 55, 56 bucks. But Prime had a sale going on, and I was able to pick this up for 38 bucks. So for that price, and as awesome that it looks, I had to get this thing. Even though it wasn't something that was on my radar, but just look at it. I mean, look at that white and the transformation and all that, which, of course, I'm not going to be doing myself. It's going to be off camera because I suck at it, but I'm going to show you what all came with this, and we're going to have a good time looking at this bad boy. So without further ado, let's open this thing. See if I can open this up and it's not too bad, and if it is, then I'll do a little movie magic, but we'll see. I think that this should be pretty simple as far as opening it up. Oh, look at that. That is sweet. Has like, looks like maybe I should have went the other way because now the legacy is up here, but I'm not worried about keeping the box. Oh, so it looks like this pops out, and then what you just have left is the instructions. So this is in here. Alright, so let's slide this bad boy out. It's interesting. I think this is the first figure that I've ever gotten that was wrapped in paper. I don't think any of the other ones but I think this is one of the big ones that I've gotten for a while. So it looks like it comes in robot mode already, which is normal, I guess. It makes sense. But yeah, look at that. It's like, this is some good wrapping paper here. It feels like Christmas. It's Christmas. And Nova Prime looking sweet. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. Got a little, knocked my background off. Alright, man, look at that. This is what like got me into it. Is just how sweet that looks. Like, look. Yeah, there you go. Got a better focus now. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is a beauty. I'm already geeked. I mean, those wings just look badass. So it's like I am stoked for this. So let's just get these little ties off, and then we'll just go through. And I saw the little pouch. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the little pouch. But I just want to get all these freed out so that you can see. The head down here on the legs, keeping it tied. Alright, so let's pan out a little so you can see that. Get all these bits and bobs. Alright, so let's look at what was in the package, which I just assume is the weapons, right? Okay, yeah, so, oh, look at that. So it looks like little extra accessories, which I'll have to see exactly what they do. And then looks like the weapon, which that's pretty badass. It's kind of weird being hollow on the other side like that, but that's cool. Let's move that out the way. Get these other papers out the way. Alright, so let's look at the figure itself. So, I mean, right away, it feels really good. It's still that lighter plastic. Obviously, it's not like a G1 or anything, but it doesn't feel cheap. It has a good feel to it. Man, I just can't get over those wings. But let's go through like articulation. So you can move around the ankles here. And I mean, this is a big boy, so it's like you can bend forward, I mean backwards, not really forwards. You can turn and then up, and then let's see, can't, so yeah, so it's like you could turn here, so like, but that could, oh, look at that. Yeah, this just slides off. So it looks like that's part of the transformation. So, and then as far as the waist, you can turn at the waist. And for the hands, you can rotate the hands. You can bend at the elbows, and then rotate the weight, the shoulders, and then the head's up, a little bit down, and then turn around. Let's look at it from the back. I mean, look at that. So in the back, it is kind of weird. Like, it almost kind of matches. Oh, okay. I just noticed too, real quick, as far as the gun. I just put this here for a second. So the gun is actually two pieces. So it's like when you put it, I guess you put it together. Oh wait, no, but you can't. So I guess it is supposed to be like that. That's weird, right? But I'll double check to see if there's something else that I do with it. It's kind of weird in the back though, like that, like the hollowness look of it. But I mean, as you can see from the side, like there's a lot to it. So I guess that's where the other wheels come in, because you have the wheels down here, but there's no upper wheels for, I guess, the semi. So I guess that's where that part comes from. And then can't really do, the wings do like move back and forward, even though that could also be part of the transformation. I really like the way the head looks, and the color scheme is nice. I really like that white, the kind of gold, the light, I guess powder blue, would that be called? I'm not that great with colors. Like I should have played with more crayons when I was a kid. But yeah, like overall, I have to say that this thing is just as sweet as I expected it to be. And it's like, yeah, I think that overall, as far as how it looks on behind, it's kind of weird. I mean, some of the Transformers have that, where like it seems like it's all front facing, because like look, even the back here, it kind of looks like this is just like, it's, you know, it almost reminds me like if a stage where the front of the stage is really nice and it's presented to you, but then when you look at the back of the stage, it's, you know, you just see all the inner guts in the back of it. So that's the only thing that's kind of like just interesting to me, that the back of it looks like that. But before we transform, let's take a look at what it looks like with its weapon. Definitely, yeah, those guns are supposed to be like that, which I still think it's kind of weird. I don't really understand that. I know you can also take off the rear ones here and their guns as well. I mean, it does look sweet, you know, from the front, obviously, but I still think it's, I don't know, there's just something weird about the back of it. Like when I first saw it, like I said, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, it must be, you must be able to push it together to create like a mega gun. And it's like, not really. I think you can attach them in another form, but when he's holding it, that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know, it's just weird. Again, it's just like, it looks so cool front facing, but then from behind it just feels like almost incomplete, which is a little bit strange. But hey, look, the truth is I'm gonna be looking at it front facing like this, so that's fine. So let's try those back weapons to see how that. So the guns in the back actually just turn, and if you see, they turn from up here. You just rotate them around, and then he's able to hold it. So I mean, maybe for some of you that was obvious. It was not for me. So, and then those extra pieces you can clip onto the side of him. So then he's able to have those and then have the weapons out. Which I have to say that all together, let's get him a little closer. That is pretty badass. Again, all forward facing as far as this goes, but I have to say that it looks pretty sweet. I don't know, I always have him like at a little lean back, but yeah, that looks really sweet with those weapons down there. He's like geared up. I mean, this looks like someone you don't want to mess with. Alright, so we got to see him with his weapons, and in the robot mode, let's look at one of his transformations next. So before we continue with the transformation, I just want to show you, now I kind of understand, because this was something that I kind of picked up at the last minute, so I didn't do a lot of research on it. So just so that you know, that's the reason why it kind of looks like it's a whole bunch, is because it's basically, this is like what's going to be the trailer part. So as you see, you even have the head, the wings, all that, the guns. So when you're transforming, this part pops off. So that's kind of why it looks like that, because it has to do more transformations to get to the other modes that you can make with him. So once you take off, and I did forget to show his shoulder pad armor here that you can add on, but you can have him in his like kind of, I guess what you'd say, non-armored up mode. So this is what he looks like before you would continue the transformation to turn him into a cab. And it's kind of interesting because you do have more articulation with his head in this mode. So I just want to show you that was kind of interesting to me. That you know, again, I didn't look this up before, and thanks to EMGo 316 for mentioning that. Him and Toys R Us is who I've been going to as far as you know, how to do transformations, because I am terrible at transformations. So you can see in the back, it's a little bit better. You can now you can see the 2018 Hasbro Tommy's sign and all that. So yeah, here it looks a little better, even though you got this thing sticking here like that. But that's what it looks like when it's in his, I guess, non-armored up mode. And by the way, see, even his legs, this is, so you see his legs are much smaller and normal. That's how big all that is. So you're talking about like all this extra stuff thrown on him before. But let's get back to turning him into his. So here is the cab section, and thanks again to EMGo 316 for showing me how to transform this guy. I actually think that the actual cab looked kind of mean. Like, look at that. Like, he's ready to run you down with that there. I mean, that looks pretty sweet. I almost kind of wish that these were like a little more like glass-like than the way they look, but it's not terrible. Again, this I just think looks better once you add the trailer in it and everything, but it's not bad. Let's see, as far as like rolling, it rolls really well actually, so I have to give him that. And this transformation was not that difficult, I have to say, which I kind of like. You know, obviously not as easy as a G1 or anything like that, but it wasn't too bad. But of course, EMGo 316 is really good at explaining, so I would go check out his channel if you need help transforming things like I do. But that's basically how it looks, just going from the regular Prime without all his armor into his cab mode. But there's more. Alright, and that is how he looks when you transform him into his truck mode with the trailer. And again, this wasn't too bad. Mostly, again, EMGo 316 with the great help with that. But a lot of it was designed to just snap in. And now everything makes a little bit more sense as far as why it looks the way it did, like how it folds in and how it latches into everything. And it's like, sure, I mean, I guess the term that I would use is industrial, robotic. This looks like much more like futuristic type than anything. I mean, like you can see here the legs, that's where you form the back of it. Of course, the wings fold in, you know, you have the guns up here and stuff like that. And every piece goes in. Actually, the like armor shoulder pads go inside here. So the cool thing about this is that basically the only thing that is not connected is these, and I'm pretty sure you could fit these somewhere. Like, I think right here there's like holes, right? Let's see if that fits. It doesn't look like it. But I'm sure that there's places that you can fit this, so that you could mount it as well. I mean, it's because just the holes there. I mean, there's something here that it could. That's funny. It kind of fits up there. But I'll see. Maybe here. Oh my goodness, is that how it's supposed to be? But then that'd be. This is the wrong side. So I guess you could do. That's crazy if that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, it fits. It fits in. I mean, look at that. Damn. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, man. But that's a mean front. Look at that mean mugging you, yo. That's like, and it almost looks like he's holding it gangster style. So I mean, you have the gun up here. And by the way, that was another piece that I noticed that I didn't have, that I dropped. So that's why before I was missing that it was just there. This is that piece that goes there. So this piece fits in here and then fits in here as well. So it's like when he was in his robot mode, he could hold that as well. So again, I think that this is sweet. I don't know. The rolling isn't that great, but it also could be that maybe my transformation was a little bit off. I know that sometimes when I first get these, it's a little bit harder for me when I'm transforming to get it locked perfectly right. But it's something that I'll play around with. But I don't know. I like to show you guys how I do it when I first do it. I don't do any practices and stuff like that. Maybe I should. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But either way, this is one of those things where I talk about where I like it more in, you know, do I like the vehicle mode? Do I like the robot mode? Do I like both? I mean, this is sweet and all, but man, it's just with the wings and everything, it just looks so awesome in robot mode. Alright, so this is back into its main mode, and I wanted to show this mode because at first I did have it incorrect. But as you can see, now he has his guns, he's holding the other two long guns. It has the correct attachment on the front. He also has his shoulder pads, his wings and everything. And my thing's making noise going this way. Let's try this way. I guess it prefers to go this way. So the turntable likes going this way. So now look at that, he's decked out. And I still think that the guns kind of look weird like that. You know, the gray guns. But overall, now I understand it better. I actually appreciate going through the process like that and discovering on my own. But together, it just looks so badass. I mean, come on. There's like no doubt. Let me make sure I'm as centered as possible because this looks sweet. And now the back end, knowing that that's what forms the trailer, makes a lot more sense. And I just think it looks awesome. But I'm gonna be keeping it in this mode because it's just so freaking sexy in this mode. So, you know, thanks for, you know, bearing with me going through this, learning this kind of stuff, you know, because I never claimed to be a professional. I'm new, I'm learning all this stuff, and that's why I like hearing from you guys. I love seeing the comments. When I did the review on the Top Gun Maverick, it was cool seeing you guys comment. You know, you guys were saying that, you know, you didn't like how the colors and all that, and the plastic looked cheap, and I have to agree. Even though the plastic did, you know, it wasn't cheap, but I understand that it looks like it could be. So I really do appreciate your comments. I will answer all of them as long as you're not mean or something like that. Doesn't matter if you don't agree with me, just be cool about it. But either way, thank you so much for chilling, watching this video with me. And if you do like what I'm doing here, please consider giving me a like, sub, all that good stuff. But until next time, remember my motto, no discount. And as I said, I got this for $38, so I got it. No discount, no deal. Until next time, catch you later. He's so pretty.